Oh, so we're going to try something a little different here with the way we read the Zohar. I'm just going to read it straight out, verse by verse, um, in each book of the Torah, what some know as the Old Testament, first five books of the Old Testament for some. But anyway, so I'm going to read it verse by verse because I'm trying to stay within 15 minutes, close to, but so we ended on 40 yesterday. Beresheet A, which is the first half of Beresheet, Genesis. So we ended at 40, so I'm going to start at 40 and we're just going to go from there. And I'm not going to do it chapter by chapter because of the way the chapters are. So Yesod holds onto the central pillar and receives the additional light that was in it. This refers to the light of Chokmah, which is an additional light for Zeranpin. The central pillar, Zeranpin, is entirely complete by Chokmah and by Chasadim. Because of the peace he brought to all sides, thus it has received additional light. Mochin from above, namely from Eric Ampin, which is Chokmah, and from all sides, namely from the right and left. From its own central column, it has received Chasadim and Gevurut, and the joy of all the worlds is in it. This is the secret of the illumination of Chokmah that illuminates all the Klipot. And from this additional addition of glory and joy, the foundation Yesod of the world issued and is called an addition. From here, Yesod, all the lower powers, spirits, and holy souls of the righteous come out according to the secret of the sacred names, Yod Ke Vav Ke. Savaot, which means that he is a sign that appears in all his hosts. He is also called El, the Elohim of the Spirit, from whom all the spirits and souls of the righteous emanate. 41. The night master of all earth is the female principle. She emanates from the left side, from that darkness, because the entire desire of that darkness was to be included within the right column and receive light. Its power was weakened when night began to expand. From the left, before its structure was completed, the darkness, namely the left column, entered and merged with the right column, and the right held on to it. Night then was left lacking at its end, because its source, which is the left column, disappeared in the right column and did not help it reach completion. So now there are two things lacking in the female principle: the aspect of night, meaning darkness instead of light, and her structure was not completed by the left. 42. Just as darkness, which is the left, desires to be included within the light of the right column, so the female principle, which is night, desires to be included within day. Darkness, which is the left column, abated its light because it had not yet completed the structure of the female principle. Because of this, it produced a grade of the female within an incomplete structure and without light, namely with the two aforementioned defects. Therefore, the female principle requires two forms. One is to bring her light and free her from her darkness, and two is to complete her structure, darkness. The left column cannot illuminate unless it merges with the light of the right. And the same applies to the night, which is constructed in the left and merges from it. It does not show any light unless it merges with the day, Yesod. The defect of the structure of the night is not completed until the Musaf, additional prayer, which is the additional light that Yesod has received from the central column, namely the excessive illumination of Chokmah and Zeir Anpin. And this additional light completes the structure of the female principle. So what was added to one place is diminished in another. This means that what was added to the Sephirah of Yesod of Zeir Anpin by the central column, the left column of Zeir Anpin, has caused a diminution and lack in the female principle. But Yesod fills up this lack with its additional light. 43. The Musaf, which is Yesod of Zeir Anpin, contains the secret of the supernal point, which is Erech Anpin. And the secret of the central pillar, which is Tiferet of Zeir Anpin, that reconciles all sides. Because of this, 2 letters were added to Yesod, which are Vav and Yod. Excuse me. In the phrase, and Elohim called Vayikra, the light day, beresheet 1:5, in which the letter Vav alludes to light of Chasadim, that is received from the central column, and the Yod to the light of Chokmah, that it received from Erech Anpin. In the emanation on the female principle, which is night, these 2 letters were missing. So, of her it is written Kara, without the Vav and the Yod. Of the day, which is Yesod, it is written Vayikra. He subtracted the female principle, the letters Vav and Yod, from Vayikra, and so it is written of her only, he called Kara, night. Here lies the secret of the name with the 72 letters that are inscribed in the supernal crown, referring to the secret of the letter Vav and Yod. 44. And Elohim said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. Beresheet 1:6. This phrase alludes to the detailed reform of the separation of the upper from the lower waters according to the secret of the left. Here, the dispute according to the secret of the left occurs until this point, referring to the first day. Reference is made to the right, but on the second day, reference is to the secret of the governing of the left. Because of this, a great dispute broke out on the second day between the 2 sides. The left wanted to cancel the governing power of the right entirely, while the right wanted to cancel the governing power of the left entirely. The right, which is the secret of Chesed and the first day, is the perfection of all. Because of this, everything was written in the right on the first day. This means that all the 7 days, which are the 7 Sephirot, emerge from it and are hinted at in it. Because every perfection depends on the right side, when the rule of the left was aroused, its dispute with the right began, and the fire of anger in that dispute became fierce. From this dispute, Gehinnom was created. So Gehinnom was awakened and created by the left, and cleaved to it, which means that whoever wants to strengthen the left shall fall into Gehinnom, which originates from it. In his wisdom, Moses looked in, 45. In his wisdom, Moses looked into this and learned about the work of creation. In the work of creation, there was a dispute between the left and the right. And in that dispute, which the left provoked, Gehinnom was created, and Gehinnom held on to the left. The central pillar, which is Tiferet, entered between them on the 3rd day, ending the dispute and bringing the 2 sides to an agreement. So Gehinnom removed itself from the left and descended below. The left joined the right, and there was peace everywhere. 46. A similar dispute occurred between Korah and Aaron, the left against the right. Moses studied the creation and said, I am one who is able to eliminate the dispute between right and left. Moses tried his best to reconcile them, but the left did not want to be reconciled, so Korah became stronger and overcame Aaron. 47. Moses said, Assuredly, because of the power of the disagreement of the left, Ganom should cling to it, just as it was in the works of creation. Korah did not wish to be attached above, namely to the structure of holiness, and joined the right. Like the left on high, so assuredly he shall descend below, down into Ganom. Because of the fierceness of his anger, as happened in the works of creation, Ganom came out and cleaved to the left. Moses knew that with the strength of Korah's anger, Korah would descend to Ganom and be attached to it. 48. Because of this, Korah did not want Moses to settle this dispute, since it was not for heaven's sake. With pure intentions, he had no respect for the celestial glory, which is the Shekinah, and refused to acknowledge the work of creation. This means that he denied the settlement of the central column and the work of creation. He wanted only the left to govern. As soon as Moses realized that he was denying the work of creation and being rejected out of holiness, Moses was much angered. Bamidbar 16:15. 49. And Moses was much angered because Korah and his company refused to acknowledge him and did not allow him to settle the dispute. It is written, much because they denied the acknowledgement of the work of creation, so Korah denied everything above in Zerampin and below in the souls. As it is written, when they strove against Hashem, Bamidbar 26:9, which is the secret of Zerampin, for the damage that he did reached both above to Zerampin and below to Moses. Therefore Korah cleaved unto what he deserved. He reached Ganom as written, they went down alive into Sheol. Bamidbar 16:33.